Hi, everyone. I'm just kidding.
Hey everyone, I'm Marcy Crossland.
And I'm Holly Floyd.
And this is Botox and Booze.
Let's play. Let's have a toast, 'cause we don't care.
Hi everyone, thank you for joining us for this week's episode of Botox and Booze.
This week we're going to be meeting with some of our providers. We just hired 2 new nurse practitioners. They have been helping Marcy out with Botox, fillers, everything we do here. They're just amazing.
Welcome, Jaci and Daisha. I feel like our patients want to know who's injecting them. Tell us a little bit about yourselves. Jaci, let's start with you.
Okay, so I'm a mom of 2 girls. I've got a 10-year-old and a 4-year-old. And then I've been a nurse practitioner for a couple of years doing injections on the side. So coming over here has been a dream come true. But I really, really love what we do. Just watching our patients come in and be so excited and then walk away with a new face almost, I guess is the best way to put it.
Their attitude follows the face.
It absolutely does. And, you know, to give women so much self-confidence by doing this, God, it's amazing. It's the best part of my job. I love it.
Absolutely. Daisha?
My name's Daisha. I've been a nurse for 8 years. I worked in the hospital setting. I got my nurse practitioner in August. And I've been licensed to do injections for 3 years. I was really excited for the opportunity to get to jump in here. I've learned so much. And I have a fiance. We've been engaged for a while. I haven't really made plans yet.
Someday. Keep him on his toes.
Right. I don't have children, but I have a dog, a little Pomeranian. She's 9 years old. She's my baby. And I'm just real family oriented and spend a lot of time with my family. And
Speaking of, I've known your mom for a jillion years. Daisha has a mom who is a genetic freak. And I would like to say that on this podcast, Lori. She does not age. Her mom looks like she's 20. I don't even like to stand next to her. So Daisha has those good genes, y'all.
Yeah, we can throw up a picture of your mom on the screen. If you
Yeah,
want.
let's show a picture of Lori because it's really just unfair. You know, there's obviously a jump from traditional medicine and the hospital to aesthetics. I want to talk a little bit about how you feel about that shift, but also what inspired you to get into medicine in general, and then what inspired that shift?
Yeah. So for oh God, this is kind of emotional for me. Whenever I was 18 years old, I was at my boyfriend's house, and we were playing pool, having a good time, and came around the corner to go home, and I heard my boyfriend cry out for help. So when I came around the corner, I saw him pulling his 12-year-old brother off of the door with a noose around his neck. So we called for help. I did CPR on this little 12-year-old boy, and I watched him fight for his life for 7 days at Cook's Children's Hospital. He did lose that battle, and the amazing thing about it was his family decided that they were going to donate his organs. So with his death, we saved a lot of lives. And his mother very sweetly, after everything that she had been through, came to me and said, "Those people have life because of my son and because of you. Please take that to heart and know that you have a special gift for what you did. Most normal people would not be able to do that." So I thought, well, his life is not going to be wasted, and I'm going to go on and I'm going to help as many people as I can. So that's why I became a nurse.
Then you did.
Yeah.
I love that story so much.
Kind of emotional.
Thank you for sharing that. No, thank you for sharing that. I love that. I love that such a terrible, horrible tragedy showed you your path in life.
Yeah.
I love that.
I couldn't let that go to waste, absolutely. And his parents are still very sweet. They text me all the time.
You're still in
Like,
contact?
so proud of you. You're doing amazing. Like, good luck in all your ventures and stuff. So, yeah, it was a very unique and horrifying experience, but I think a lot of good came out of it as well.
I just admire that you could take that and turn it into such a blessing that God, opened that door for you. And,
Yeah, he did. He definitely laid my path out in front of me. Like, this is what you're going to do, girl, whether you like it or not.
Been helping
That's
people
good.
ever since.
Yep.
and took
I
it.
love it. And Daisha, what inspired you, babe, to get into medicine and then to shift into aesthetics?
A little bit. Mine's a little different. It's more towards me. When I was 18, I was diagnosed with thyroid cancer. I went through radiation treatment, had a total thyroidectomy. I have a hypoparathyroidism on top of it from having my thyroid removed. And it was a very hard transition with my hormones, the way I felt. I battled with some depression and anxiety from dealing with all those experiences. So I felt going through those experiences, I could help people because I could relate to them and I understood what they were going through.
You've been on that side. That's amazing. What inspired the shift from traditional medicine in a hospital to more of the health and wellness, cosmetic, aesthetic?
The hospital setting is very stressful. You are trying your best to help people, but you have a whole lot of other people involved, families. You're dealing with physicians. You're dealing with everybody else. And I kind of wanted to see my patients more on a happy note.
Well, patient
Agreed.
care
Yes.
Yeah.
makes
So-
a difference, right?
And I mean, I love the hospital setting still, but it's great when you have that feeling when someone's smiling, walking out of your
balance.
office room.
It is. I mean, and obviously, I'll just like have this passion for wanting to help people. From the MC aesthetic side, from our side, what is your favorite procedure that you do here? That makes when you
What do
feel
you
like when
love to
people
do?
leave, and
Mine
you feel like
are-
it makes them feel amazing, and you enjoy
Yeah.
doing it. Like
Mine are anything fillers. Like if you do cheeks or you do lips, that's instant. You can see their face just morph like right in front of you. And I love whenever they're in your chair and you're working on them and they're so nervous and so scared beforehand. And then you set them up and you show them that mirror and they see their new face and they're so excited. Love that.
From my standpoint, I will tell you what I've loved. I've loved seeing both of you up here helping women help themselves. You can tell that you both love what you do, and I can tell when they walk out the door with new cheeks. And JC's in here like, did y'all see those cheeks? I love that y'all get so excited to help people. I feel like that's a big topic to talk about that none of us want to talk about. We don't want to talk about the fact that we all want to run around all day long doing things to make ourselves look better.
Yeah.
Right? Because that's not anything that's solid or it matters.
Yeah.
It matters for the way you feel.
yeah,
The way you look affects the way you feel, and the way you look affects the way that you. Did I say that backwards?
No, well, the way you operate at home. I mean, if you feel better about yourself, then you're going to have more to give to your husband. You're going to have more to give to your kids.
You're a better mom.
Exactly. So if you feel better, then everything else benefits from that. 110%.
Better at your job.
Yep.
Have you both experienced a little bit of that feeling, just being up here? And obviously, when it's around you all day long, you're going to do more of these things.
Oh, yeah.
Have you felt a little bit of that yourself? Kind of that.
Yeah, you get to try out all
actually-
the things. Yeah, it's fun.
Oh yeah, and I actually wake up and I'm excited to come
Yes.
in, and I'm like, oh, snoozing my alarm. I'm not
Yeah.
doing that anymore. I'm up and ready, and I'm up here, and I'm excited.
People
just to
talk
make
about
people
like
feel good.
Monday blues. Oh no, I don't have those anymore. I'm like, oh yes, I get to go to work tomorrow. I'm so excited.
Well,
what
I
about
love
you,
it.
Daisha? What is your favorite thing? What do you love doing?
I think lips is. I mean, that's my favorite thing. I guess I've done my own, of course. So
They look good.
They do look really
It
good.
just-
You did your own?
I didn't do my Marcy did,
Oh.
but I got mine done.
Marcy does her own. I have lots of
I'm not
pictures.
I
that
did
brave
my own,
yet.
and then they had to fix them. So I will fess up. Sometimes I get a little. It's a weak side, strong side, weak side. Okay, I had a wonky lip. They fixed me Wednesday. Wednesdays are the day I live for because I don't see patients, and I'm supposed to be like a leader. Really, what I do is I come in on Wednesdays and I park it in whoever has an open chair, and I just let them do things. And I try to talk when they're not on my mouth. But I mean,
It's training. It's training day.
it's training, absolutely
Yeah.
training.
Perfect.
But I do think that it's not just about the face. I mean, you can't just Botox or do filler and feel good about yourself. I mean, these things starts with prayer in the morning, the gym. It all starts before you get here. But your face is your biggest representation of yourself to the world, and so we got to keep it looking good. Talk to us a little bit about, when we're talking about feeling good, being better moms, more productive, about CBD. Talk to us a little bit about how you have noticed, what you've noticed, how you felt after you've tried it, and kind of your experiences.
We recently tried our new Focus CBD tinctures. And it's kind of funny about that. I took a little bit, and I'm one of those that's very mellow, just laid back, just kind of chill. I took
Jaci is chill.
I took that Focus. Y'all, I went shopping at Home Goods, and I bought $350 worth of stuff for my house. And then I decided, well, I think I need some new outfits, and I went over to Marigold, and I shopped my heart out. Y'all, I felt so good, had so much energy, still went home, cleaned the house, hung out with my kids. We played in the front yard. It was awesome.
She's texting me like, girl, that stuff works.
Yes.
Mama looks good.
And
So
my
it helps you
husband.
focus. She's divorced now, but that's okay.
One of the biggest questions we get though about CBD is this legal?
Right.
And it's probably a good time to just rip the Band-Aid off and talk about this, guys. The federal law is 0.3%. Anything below that is fine. Anything above that is not fine. But if you're taking the ones that do not have trace amounts of THC in them, they're virtually worthless. We don't know where the CBD is going, and there's nothing for it to bind to. You're not getting the effects that you could or should be getting.
I mean, so there's so many uses of CBD. Like, if you have trouble focusing, insomnia, what?
Oh,
what am I
everything
missing?
from inflammation to acne to depression to chronic pain. That's a big one.
Yep.
Opioid addiction. Guys, we live in the oil patch. It's obviously a problem out here. I mean, I love what Springboard is doing. Dr. Beck is a huge advocate of Springboard, but this is just another tool for opioid addiction and one of the areas where it's showing huge success.
Daisha, you were just telling us about like how CBD helped you. Can you explain to our audience a little bit?
A few years ago, I started kind of doing research on it. I deal with anxiety occasionally. I'm a little bit high strung at times. It kind of mellows me out. And I also deal with a C3 back injury from being a nurse and lifting patients, of course. But so it helps me a lot with pain. It's allowed me to get off of Xanax. I don't have to take Xanax anymore. I don't have to take Tramadol anymore. I'm just taking the CBD products, and it's helping without having to take a prescription medication. I've also tried many other CBD products from other companies around here, and ours is the best. It's the best
Medceuticals,
one.
y'all. Medceuticals.
Yeah.
Marcy,
What makes it the best, though?
well, because it is. Yeah.
I honestly, and here's the thing, people don't know anything about CBD oil. They don't know about CBD products. They don't know why they like it. They don't know which one they should take. I do want to take a second to kind of educate a little bit about that. I feel like the reasons that you take CBD over a medication are obvious. It's affordable, and there aren't negative side effects. If we can take something natural and have a positive response and avoid medication, obviously that's what we want to do.
Well, and this was used for medicine for so long.
It's
And
only
then-
been out of use since like 1933. Cody was telling me, I think 1933 is around there. So it's been out of use for that long, and so we haven't seen the effects of it in use and in circulation in over 80 years. So that's exciting.
And it's amazing some of the research with the seizures in children and stuff that it's, curing.
That's actually, they recently approved the first drug with CBD in it as a childhood seizures as anti-seizure medication. So exciting. It's opening doors and shifting medicine in such a crazy way. Are both of you behind the shift?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
And it comes in so many forms from, literally any way that you want this, you can get it. You can get it in a lotion.
Just right here.
Oh, yeah. These are a few of the different things that we have right here. But bath bombs, throat sprays.
Here's our throat spray. This is a salve that we have. We have a lotion for pain. This is just a few of the things. And really, we put these out here to kind of tell you that all CBD is not created. All CBD oil or products are not created equal. We have one currently on the market that per 2 mLs, it has 510 milligrams of CBD per 2 ml. This is 1 ml, and it has 2,000 milligrams of infused CBD. So essentially, this 1 ounce is 4 times stronger than another one that we sell that is 2 ounces. So it's all about how many infused milligrams of CBD are in these products. When I was in Louisiana, I bought it like an $80 little bottle, and I thought it was good. I left mine at home. It had 200 milligrams of CBD. I mean, I would have to drink the whole bottle to get one dose of this. So from a price point, that's the reason I'm talking about this. You know, you're buying the infused amount of CBD in there. You're not buying the bottle or the amount.
Right.
So pay attention to the jar and to the bottle, the vial, whatever it is. It'll say on there how many milligrams of CBD are in each product. That is what you're looking for.
All right. And the great thing about ours is it's affordable. There's no side effects. It's very effective.
Well, and it's natural. And it's
natural.
And that's
it's
another
here.
thing. A lot of them, they're putting fillers, they're putting other products in them, and you really want a pure product.
When we don't know, unregulated, we were talking about this earlier too, Daisha, we don't know what's in some of it. Right now it's so unregulated. Where you're getting this and has it been tested? That's everything. I'm not buying this or that one or this until you give me some literature and I can see where it has been tested and I have peace of mind. I think that's the biggest thing for the public to know about buying your CBD.
I mean, people work in the oil field here, and so they get drug tested all the time, and that has been the number one question that we get.
Okay, we're going to go on into that one too.
Yep.
Get the other half, the Band-Aid off.
Just rip it off. It's fine.
All right. Can you fail a drug test if you take CBD oil? Yes, you can. The answer is yes. This is a medication, guys. It's being used to heal you and to help you. It's all about dosage. So if you take too much CBD oil, yes, the likelihood that you will fail a drug test is real. If you took 4 bottles of this, you'll probably fail a drug test. 4 glasses of this is too much. 4 bottles of this is too much. Too many Lortab, too much Tylenol. Too much of anything is not okay. The same applies here. Make sure you're taking the proper dose.
So if I'm taking the correct dosage, will I fail a drug test?
No. The FDA has strict guidelines in place, and as long as you're doing your part, we're doing our part. The dose is 0.25 ml. What does that look like? 1 stopper is an ml. So you're going to be taking a quarter of that. Most of them are marked off. Doses are very easily seen. Just pay attention. That's 0.25 ml in the morning, and that's 0.25 ml in the evening. Now, who should take how much? That is kind of a starting dose. Just like with anything, the need necessitates the amount, right? Any medicine. So I might take 0.25 ml, and she's insane. She might take like, how many?
2. I took 2 before the show. I'm pretty like
You're good to go.
relaxed.
Just kidding. I need to drink 4 bottles. So I would love to hear more about how each of you feel about CBD based on research from a provider standpoint.
Working in the pediatric population, we had a couple of kiddos that were high needs and low functioning as far as like autism and seizure disorders, different types of things. Something I thought was so cool is that Cook's Children's Hospital is actually doing some research trials with CBD oils to manage these children's seizure activity. I had one little fella that had an implantable device that controlled his seizures. It like rescued his brain out of the seizures. Well, with the CBD oils that they were trialing with him, he was able to come off of all of his seizure medications, and his rescue device didn't fire as frequently. And so, like, we reduced the medications that he's taking, the times that we had to administer that to him, and he also didn't have to use his port as frequently because we weren't having to give him as much nutrition because he was able to eat better. So,
I have chill bumps.
I
Once
didn't
you
know.
have seen that,
yeah.
the stories
It was
just like
amazing.
that's what inspired Cody and I to get into CBD from the ground up. Stories like that, helping people, saving people, amazing. Daisha?
I deal with more of the adult population, so I see a lot of patients that have opioid addiction that are seeing pain management doctors, taking way over the recommended because once you start on a medication, of course, eventually you're going to take more to achieve the same effect that you were. So they're experimenting, they're trying these other products, and the CBD is really helping them. And
I think it's a good time to talk about possible medication interactions. And guys, this stuff is being used as medicine. Just because it's not as regulated as we want it right now doesn't mean that we don't have to prescribe it and talk to you and educate you. So if you're on medications, you want to start taking CBD oil, schedule a consultation with one of our providers. They will walk you through it, tell you how to take it, and tell you what you're taking it for. So that's also an option. In terms of contraindications, though, with medications, are there any that you can off the top of your head think of, like you shouldn't take this?
Coumadin is one of the big ones.
Okay.
It decreases the effectiveness of the medication, and if you have blood clots, of course, we don't want you at higher risk
Right.
of having a thrombus or anything like that. So, of course, you definitely need to talk to a provider. Your provider, you can talk to us, anybody, but you definitely need to have the discussion before you start something because it is a medication.
JC, whenever you were just like talking about all the kids, it just kind of like hit home with me because my youngest daughter has ADHD, dyslexia, and she's just always been my one that struggles with food allergies and stomach aches and headaches and
Coolest kid ever.
yeah, she's so sassy and probably maybe acts like her mom. But between all of that, like we've taken her to a lot of natural doctors, specialists, all kinds of stuff. I refused to put her on any kind of ADHD medicine at 7 years old. I just didn't want her to have to live with that forever. And so we started incorporating a little bit of CBD every morning after she eats breakfast. I do 0.25 mLs and just once a day. And I have seen the like most significant difference in like her focus when she goes to school, her anxiety because of ADHD, because of the things that she was experiencing, just her anxiety to go to school. She was my kid that will like hang onto my leg and like scream. And so it's helped tremendously with just like calming her.
So with Caroline, she's already so tiny. Those ADHD medications, they're going to suppress her appetite. They affect her sleeping habits. And so if you've got an alternative that you can give that's natural to those children, then you don't have to worry about going and seeing the dietitian and worrying about how they're eating and all of those types of things. So CBD oil is a really good alternative to start out with, especially like with some behavioral medications. Join those together.
Yeah, and when you mentioned sleeping, like it just dawned on me, like her sleeping habits have been so much better because as an ADHD kid, like she would want to watch TV all night long.
Power naps like us.
Power naps like us, yes.
Works on
so
it.
it has been like amazing. I can put her, I can read her story, put her in bed, and she will sleep all night. And we just didn't do that before. And I feel like I just didn't notice it as much until you like made that connection for me. So.
Right, yeah. Those medications for ADHD are awful.
Well, I don't have any kids that I give routinely, but if one of our kids, Garrett had a toothache the other day, and Cody, y'all, and when we first started talking CBD, Cody was like, never
Oh wait, let me tell you what he said.
Never heard no.
He said it was the gateway. That's what he told me.
Guys, CBD is not THC.
No,
okay, it is not the same. Okay, you have a marijuana plant. Okay, think female and male. The female plant's the crazy one, high THC, low CBD. The male, that's not like representing real life. Okay, women are not crazy.
It is.
Oh, that's why you can remember it this way.
Yeah, kinda.
But the hemp plant has really high CBD, very low THC. And so we're deriving this CBD from the hemp plant. And I do think that that's an important point for people to know.
Oh, you know what else? So my oldest has asthma. And one of the best things that I've been able to do for him is to have him nebulize the water-based.
The water-soluble.
Water-soluble.
Right.
Yes, that's correct.
So does MedCeuticals have a water-soluble nebulizing treatment that they offer?
So we are working on the water-soluble tincture right now. We do have one in-house that you can nebulize. When you're nebulizing this, you want to nebulize water-soluble, unflavored, and it cannot be oil-based, guys. You cannot nebulize or inhale an oil into your lungs. It gives you something called popcorn lung. It's terrible for your health.
Yeah.
Be very careful. Again, I want to go back to this is medicine. It's being used as medicine. Talk to a provider before you start self-administering. It's a big deal.
Yeah, it really is. And with all the like West Texas wind and the allergies and all of that stuff, that
The nebulizing is a deal.
It's legit, dude.
We're also working on some nebulizers right now that can nebulize stem cells without killing them or affecting the robustness. So that's exciting. But we're currently
Stay
big
tuned.
on nebulizing.
Yes.
Stay tuned.
Stay
You
tuned for
can
that.
come in and nebulize CBD as a treatment here at the office, actually. So we sent some over to my father-in-law on Sunday because he's got some respiratory stuff. It literally will knock it out day 1, day 2. So
Obsessed. I almost do it every night before I go to bed.
somebody up here is nebulizing. Somebody that works here is always
All the time.
nebulizing.
I keep it beside my bed, actually.
Obviously, paying attention to what you're putting into your body. And I want to hit on something else. When we got all of these new medceutical samples in, our happy little staff, they were so eager to try all of these products. So excited. They came, they got them some salve, they had lotion, full body. These are capsules. This is something I'm not sure that y'all have seen yet, but I mean, they were taking capsules, getting the oil.
Pretty much did everything we had at one time.
And they were
Very
like,
happy staff.
yes, we had a happy staff. So too much of anything is bad. And if you're putting it on your body in a lotion form and you're taking it in your bath as a bath bomb and you're using a salve and you're using the eye roller, I mean, you're going to get too much CBD. Just pay attention to how much you're putting in. And even on the eye rollers and the salves, it matters how much CBD is infused. So pay attention.
Okay, so talking about the embarrassing moments for our staff, we do really want to know if you girls have a DNR. Do you know what a DNR is?
Yeah.
Yeah, we know.
We work here. This is for the
Most
viewers.
embarrassing moment.
Your DNR is if it's like the worst thing that ever happened to you and you probably should have just died, but you didn't.
You had to walk back in the
You
next
had
day.
you had to do the walk of shame.
Well, mine has mostly to do with like nursing. Whenever I was pregnant with my first daughter, I was super nauseated all the time, threw up, chunked everywhere. Well, I had to pass a test where my coach was following behind me. And I had to collect a stool sample from a man. And I went into the
Always
room.
a good story when it starts with stool
I
sample.
mean, everybody's embarrassing moments with poop.
I went into the room and this odor hits me like a Mack truck. And the minute I walk in, I'm, okay, here we go. I go into the bathroom and I'm trying so hard to get the sample, but I'm dry heaving and tears are flowing down my face. And the man is in the bed saying, I'm so sorry, I know it stinks so bad. And my poor nursing professor said, it's okay, honey. Just go step in the hallway. I'll take care of this for you. Okay. But I did pass.
And you didn't puke?
Oh,
You
good.
did not puke on your patient. I think that's high five worthy. I think that's a win. Solid win.
All right, Daisha, what about you?
Mine would probably involve me and my mom. We are pretty much
Love it
best
already.
friends. So we're always, crazy things are happening to us. We went to the movies. This was probably, I would say 7 or 8 years ago. She drove a red Maxima. Apparently there's a lot around town that are red Maxima.
It's a popular car here.
So she's pulling her keys out to click it open, and I got into the wrong car and just sat there for a while until I realized someone else was coming. I'm like, oh my gosh, and I slammed the door and took off running. It was so embarrassing.
Garrett does that once a week.
I haven't done that. I do that all the time.
Were we just talking about Garrett? Our oldest does that all the time, and we watch him. Like, it's gotten to the point where we just, like, wait it out. Like, how's he going to respond this time?
Every mom at the
exactly
school
what my
has
mom
the same
did.
car.
Of course she did.
She's just laughing, pointing. Are you serious? She's probably recording it too. I don't know.
I'm going to ask her for the video. I'm sure she has
I
it
wish we could
somewhere.
play that.
I love it. We'd like to take a minute and thank our sponsors, Medceuticals, the premier professional CBD line currently out, and Studio Soho. Nicole, girl, you have magic skills. Jaci calls your place the Devil Shop. Gets us all in trouble, but thank you for keeping us looking good.
We love it. Be sure to follow us on social media. You can find the link at the bottom of the page. We also have a new website, mcahealthwellness.com. Check that out. You can book your
Obsessed.
appointment there. Yes, you can read about Jaci and Daisha and all their services, their bios.
Thank you for joining us, guys. Botox and